Okay, good morning or good afternoon, depending on when you're watching this video. Welcome to this week's MBM Weekly Training Booster. So we're running these 10-minute videos, all with a view to help boost your training with lots of top tips, useful techniques that you can apply, whether you're working from home or back in the office, which I know a number of us are starting to return to. Mentioning that, that's exactly what this week's about. It's about how to work from home effectively. It's about managing your own remote working and bringing to life some of that stuff that we've all got going on and how to overcome some of those challenges. So, Darren, good morning to you. Let's hear your first top tip about how to work remotely.
All right, so we've got an infographic on this and also a mnemonic. Mnemonic is just the Greek word for remember. And I'm going to offer this mnemonic, which is mind-set. So imagine those 7 letters and each one represents something. That's how we can help these guys work remotely better.
All right, so if we were to, and we won't talk through all of those letters, but if you were to grab one or two, which ones come to mind from mindset?
I think I'm going to go right over to here to the S for Sierra, but in this case it's S for space. A lot of people struggle with working from home. Now they've got used to it, but they're still now in a place where they're probably at the kitchen table. They might have the kids running around or their husband's coming in, or it's the husband working and the wife's there. And it's a space. Now, I get not everyone's got a place where they can have separate spaces. And I didn't for a long time. If you can have a separate space, even if you make it a part of the living room or a part of another room, it's much better because otherwise you're always at work. And over time, you'll resent it. Because if you're at the kitchen table working, but then you're there eating, but then you're there doing the kids' homework, you're always working. So separate space is what S is for.
Good. I like that one. And I think you're right. It's that differential between that's my home space and that's my workspace. And as lots of people are now kind of embracing a hybrid way of working, whether that's being in the office for a couple of days a week, I think I heard the phrase TWaTs mentioned not so long ago. So just to clarify that, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, people maybe are in the office for those days, home for the Monday and Friday or vice versa, but important to have that space. All right, good stuff. God, I could grab a letter, but I'll let you pick one.
Okay, all right. So the next one I'd like to talk about is the N for November, but in this case, N stands for neat. Now we've fudged that a bit to make the mindset work, but I'm sure they'll let us off. Neat is about making sure, again, that mindset is so important, which is why the mnemonic is mindset. We need 3 separate wardrobes. Now, I don't imagine anyone's bedroom, certainly not in mine. I've got 3 separate wardrobes. So in my head, I've got work clothes. This is what I wear when I come to work. I've got clothes when I actually go into the office. And then I've got clothes when I'm just chilling. And I try and make sure they're different. Otherwise, again, we blur the lines between work and home and it all goes a bit crazy in our heads. So when you go to work, even if you're in the office or particularly when you're at home, make sure you wear something different.
I think it's also the perspective as well of how you're viewed. You know, if you're rocking up to a meeting and your colleagues are all in shirts and you're in a football shirt, there can be some views on that. I'm wearing my work t-shirt today, so it's not one.
And even a t-shirt, you might just have my work t-shirts here and I've got 3 or 4, and then my t-shirts I wear with, you know, Mickey Mouse on at home. That's cool. You need the separation, otherwise your head will fry.
Absolutely. So thinking about that and thinking about the perception of that, it gets me thinking about meetings. And lots of us are now having our meetings online, where with a group of our colleagues, we're not face-to-face as much as we were, albeit we know we're returning to that. So in terms of your thoughts around meeting management for online, what does that look like to you?
I see lots of clients and people that we are working with and we're just supporting who are creating a calendar that looks like Tetris. You remember Tetris, you know, we've got those blocks that come down and you're trying to fit the flaming things in. Well, their calendar, go on.
I'll say I've got the tune in my head now.
And their diaries like, I can get another block in here, and they're maxing it, and they're almost proud to share. Look at my diary. I can't think. From 8 AM to 6 PM every day, Darren, it's absolutely banged out. And this can't be the way. Now, that's easy for me to say. They're busy. They've got to achieve certain targets. Their boss is on the case. I get it. They also get that you need some space between the blocks, even if it's just 10 minutes. You need space to think, otherwise you're buzzing from one meeting to another and you're not achieving a great amount. Also, my other top tip is if you're going to put the blocks in, put a block in for you. I'm going to do a big piece on this project. It makes a big difference. It's worth an hour and a half. I'll book a meeting with me. And then no one else books the meeting. Love it.
Good. I like that. Yeah, absolutely. Stops other people. It stops other people inviting you to a meeting because you're giving yourself time. I think for me, one of the advantages of working from home is you get to get up from your desk or your sofa or your kitchen table and take that time for a quick walk around the garden or down the street and back, just to get that refresh going on. You know, when we're in an office, we're typically glued to our desk. We might get to go to the canteen or walk down the corridor. The reality is we can embrace some of this stuff right now and give ourselves time to come back a little bit more refreshed, because we've taken time for ourselves and we're not being that person to go, I'm going to sit here for 8-9 hours straight, because by the time you hit 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're getting diminishing returns. You know, you are nowhere near as efficient as you were at 8 a.m. when you started.
And I can almost hear some of the people that I've coached in the past go, yeah, but Darren, I'm so busy. I get you're busy. We're busy. I get it. If you don't put that space in the middle, your productivity will go like this.
Yeah. Good. I think for me, busy equals job. It's as simple as that. You know, if you're not busy, then there's different questions to be asked. Okay, cool. Mindful of time. So coming back to the mindset infographic, and we're going to put the link to that in the bottom of this video so people can go and fully understand each step of that. Let's pick one more that stands out for you as our last takeaway point.
I think it will come back, and I'll pick up on the busy a bit more. It's very easy to be busy. Busy, as you said, equals job. Absolutely. It's whether we're making a real difference and whether we're hitting our targets. Now, one of the things that really distracts us, particularly as we're at home, is we've got this screen in front of us all the time, and we've got this little bit at the bottom here that pops up, and I call it the 4-minute badger. So imagine you're driving, Andy. You concentrate on driving, you can do that, it's very natural. And then a badger runs out every 4 minutes in front of you. I've got bloody badgers. Right, that's what's happening with email notifications. On average, you get about 122 emails per day. That means every 4 minutes, this thing pops up, and we all know you do it. You sneakily have a look, see if it's an email you want to respond to, then you go back. But what that's actually doing is taking you out of the deep work you were doing, which hopefully is big, significant, making a difference work, going into that, then coming back. And imagine doing that 122 times a day. You'd want to run yourself over, let alone the badger.
I know that you need to be a maths genius to quickly run that calculation and figure out exactly how much time you are indeed losing. All right, good stuff. So I think what we're saying is consider switching off that email notification. Let's shut it down, or at best, shut Outlook down for the hour. Just, you know, I know people are going to go, oh God, I can't possibly miss an email. It might be urgent. The reality is you still have other meetings where you don't review your emails. Sometimes it's good to be selfish for you to get that important work done. Okay, good stuff. Mindset is our acronym that we're hanging our how to work effectively from home, how to work remotely. We're going to get that link in the bottom. And likewise, if there's questions or thoughts, add them into the comments. Drop us an email, give us a call. As we said, we're starting to get that return to work, return to office thing happening now. But the reality is hybrid is here for the long term, and we should be embracing it. All right, final thoughts from me. That was them. Anything from you, Darren, before we close this week's weekly training booster?
I'm just going to hop back so I can hear people almost saying, yes, but you don't understand. My customers expect me to read emails. One, let's find another urgent form of communication: text, WhatsApp, instant message, because that's what it's there for. Email isn't urgent. And the second thing is, if you really need to, set up rules where customer emails come through as notifications, everyone else doesn't.
Nice, like that. Good stuff. Great top tip. Darren, thank you. We'll see you again, and hopefully everyone else again at our next weekly training booster.
Take care all. Bye. Bye.